G'day guys, so in this video we're going to make another raft, but this time we're going to use no walls or ceilings. Instead I'm going to make the entire raft out of foundation. This isn't going to be pretty, but it's going to afford the raft with the most protection possible. Anyway, so like many times before, we're going to first lower the foundation down, so we can get that foundation covering the bottom of the raft. So get it down to just above the raft by that method. Fill in the front 6 foundations and lower it one more time over the rudder using the pillar method. Now once you have your 3x3 foundations, we're going to extend a ring right around the edge to make it 5x5. So first rig it in thatched ceilings. Make sure they're all at the highest level around the rudder. And then place your stone foundation underneath. Make sure the foundation behind the rudder is at the higher height. So first I'm going to make a stone boat, and then later in the video we'll look at an Endgame metal boat. Now go round and demolish all your thatched ceilings to reveal the 5x5 foundation. Okay, so now just a quick note. If you have trouble placing ceiling on top of foundation, jump on the rudder and move forward slightly. The raft will rise up, and now you'll be able to snap it on top. Okay, so now it's time to stack foundations on top of foundations, which is remarkably easy and can be done in one of 2 similar ways. Now place 2 pillars up in a corner, and then snap a ceiling onto the foundation next to it. You've now created a snap point on top of the ceiling, next to the pillar. So you can do it that way, and that's useful if you want to maintain the ceiling. In this case you can use metal ceiling instead of thatch. But here I don't want the ceiling, so snap it in the middle of the pillar. Extend it out one and place the foundation underneath it. When the ceiling's on top it must be thatched ceiling. So now you have to extend that ceiling all the way around the edge. And in turn snap the foundation underneath. Just look directly at the ceiling and it should find the snap points directly underneath it. So extend that all the way around, except I should have left that back behind the rudder open. Now to get rid of the pillar. Thatch ceiling over the gap and foundation underneath. Now just to get rid of all those thatched ceilings, and that's the second level done. Now the third level is done exactly the same way, which is going to act as a ceiling. 2 pillars up, thatch ceiling in the centre, and then ring all around the outside. Now place the final level of foundation. This time all the way around, including the one over the doorway. Get rid of the pillar and place your last foundation down. And yet again, all the thatch must go. Okay, so you can just fill in the roof by putting the thatch ceiling over it and then snapping the foundation underneath. Now, barring the doorway, you've fully enclosed yourself with foundation. But I will at least try and make this into a usable boat, at least on the primitive servers. So instead of putting the ceiling in straight away, I'm going to mount an embedded catapult. So a doorway on the front of the middle square, and a ceiling back off that. Now mount the catapult on that ceiling. Try to keep it centered as possible. Now a ring of thatch ceilings around the outside of the hole, leaving the inside. Now seal it in with a stone ceiling in the centre. Okay, now to fill in the foundation. Fill the roof in by snapping the stone foundation underneath the ceiling. Now replace the bottom stone ceiling with the hatch frame. And now you have bottom access to an embedded catapult. That's the best way I could find to seal up the roof, yet still have that bottom access, since you can't put a trapdoor on that hatch frame. The cost is that you can only access it from the bottom now. Okay, so I'll see what I can do to furnish it now. So I'll put a bed in, a smithy, a mortar and pestle, a cooking pot, a forge. That'll do for now until I see how many pieces we have left. I'll put some pleats on the top corners. And mount some along the side lower down. On wings out the side. Okay, so that's now maxed out at 88 pieces. If you need more pieces, probably just mount all the plants on the top instead of on the wings. And now you have a solid foundation primitive boat. Anyway, enough with the primitive stuff. Let's have a look at the floating fortress, the most impenetrable boat in Ark. A full metal foundation boat. Access through the double airlock doors. So this is only a boat built for firepower. Only a generator inside. The boat carries 26 auto turrets, 4 plants, and the rocket turret. You have to be pretty alpha to float something like this. There is gaps in the metal foundation, but you can't be damaged through those gaps. And like the previous primitive boat, access to the turret is from the bottom. That 5-high stack of foundation at the front covers the invisible mast, which can still be damaged. They still haven't fixed that problem. And that's what happens when you hit the mast on a stone boat with a rocket. So anyway, it is an ugly monstrosity, built off a 3x4 foundation. But no other boat can match it. Anyway, that's it guys. Next video will be, I don't know, you tell me what you want. Building on land or building on water.